Hey everybody, Mr. Washam here, and I've got our microscope that we're going to use. This is a compound microscope, and so you need to learn the parts of the microscope. There are 14 parts to it that you'll need to learn. Not only do you need to know the part, but you also need to know what it does. So I'm going to run through them here very quickly. So we'll start very simply up here at the top. This is the eyepiece, and it's simply what you look through. So it'd be what you put your eye up against when you're looking through the microscope. Connected to that is the body tube. And so the body tube just goes from the eyepiece and it goes down to your objective. And it just connects the two. So moving down, here's your objective lenses, and they sit on what's called the revolving nose piece. So this piece right here, you can see that it turns, and that's called the revolving nose piece. Connected to it are three different objectives. Objectives magnify what you're looking at, and you'll see they're all three different sizes, kind of a small, a medium, and a large. And so on the side of them are their powers, like how many times they magnify it. So going back to the eyepiece, it will magnify something 10 times. So if you look just through the eyepiece, it's 10 times larger. But then on the objectives, they say another number. The small one is 4 times, the medium is 10 times, and the large is 40 times. So if you take 4 times 10, the small objective is really magnifying whatever you're looking at 40 times. And then 10 times 10 is 100, and 10 times 40 is 400 times the size of the actual object. The object itself will sit on this black piece right here, which is called the stage, and it's held in place by these little clips, which are called the stage clips. You're able to see what you're looking at through this piece right here. It's called the objective lens. It's not called the objective lens. These are the objectives. It's called the diaphragm. And so the diaphragm is this little piece right here that turns, and it allows more or less light to come in through right here. Your light source is down here at the bottom. And so your light source, obviously you plug in your microscope, and you will get a light source with the power button right here. And that again shines up through the diaphragm. The microscope sits on this big square piece at the bottom, which is called the base. And if you ever need to move the microscope, which you really wouldn't in this class, you would grab the microscope right here by what's called the arm. Finally, there's 2 more pieces. The last 2, you'll notice these knobs on the side. There's a big knob and a small knob. The big knob will raise and lower the stage up and down to move your slide that you place on the stage closer or further away from the objectives. It helps you focus. It's called the course adjustment. So the big knob is called the course adjustment, moves the stage up and down. And finally, there's a small knob. Either it's located here, or in the case of these microscopes, it's kind of right here on the inside. But the small knob is called the fine focus. And so this is like just for like different eyesights. Like think about when you use binoculars, there's that little knob you turn so it looks either blurry or not blurry. That's what the fine focus does. So there are your 14 parts of the microscope. You need to know what they are and what they do. You have to get 100% before you can use the microscopes.